All right, what is up, everybody? I'm out here today at Patriots Park in Grovetown, Georgia. This course just opened back up after being a little bit rehabilitated after the hurricane that passed through. So haven't been out here since. This is my first time. I've heard there's some changes to the course. So just out here today, seeing what the new layout is, and I'll be learning this course as you guys are. So let's get right into it. All right, stepping up to hole one here. First off, we got new tee pads, which are very nice and grippy. The basket used to be straight ahead. It looks like it's more of a forehand shot now. I have no idea what the distance is. It might be more of a backhand turnover. So we're gonna try both, just kind of see which one works out. All right, we're gonna go Firebird. I have no idea what the distance is. Then let's go one turnover here. All right, came up a bit short here. After looking at this, I think it definitely plays more as a backhand turnover. Definitely can get the forehand there, but might have done a little more of a flex shot to get there. So I'm about 40, 45 feet here. Get there. Oh, just over it. There we go. I need to really practice these putts. So got about a 15, 20 foot comeback. Ooh, not pretty. There we go. All right, on to hole two. This one used to fade over more towards the left. It looks like the basket is a white basket up on the hill now. Have no idea, once again, how far it plays. I'm thinking I'll probably go maybe like a galleon to start. I have no idea, y'all, what the distances are. These distances are from the old tee pad, so yeah, I'm gonna try galleon to start. Not high enough, but it still should be okay. Oh, maybe not. New disc to my bag is the Criminal. Haven't thrown this yet, but it feels like it's gonna be very overstable. It's not as overstable as I thought. All right, the galleon came up short. I hit this tree, I believe, and didn't get it quite. Actually, no, I hit the hillside. I'm gonna just pitch up here, maybe give it a little half run. Oh my, that is horrible. All right, we can do better than that. There we go. Ooh. All right, really like that hole. All right, y'all, we are on to hole three, which has changed up a little bit. We have a longer tee pad here. Again, very good job on the tee pads. Basket is more to the left. It's kind of a straight to hyzer shot. Again, not really sure about distance here, but I'm thinking this is probably gonna be a nice little tomb hyzer shot. I have no idea, but that's what we're gonna go with. Try this out. I'm guessing it's probably like 240-ish. That could be really good. I think that's down there. That should be perfect. Fade, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be right by it. All right, so my first one got over here probably about 20 feet, but got some obstruction. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a putt. I'm gonna have to hyzer around here. Not too far of a putt, kind of cut it a little inside, but still should be fairly routine. There we go. Yep, first birdie of the day. All right, we are on to hole four now, which is the red basket right through there. This used to be a pretty routine birdie hole, just a nice little forehand or turnover backhand. This one looks more like you have to push it up into the wood. So pretty tricky shot now. They've done a good job with this one. It's not as much of a gimme, so see what we can do with it. I'm gonna start out, I think, going more of like a turnover with a tomb. Kind of a tricky shape here. I think it plays more for a backhand turnover, kind of flex a little bit. Maybe just like that. Oh yeah, That is a great shot. Let's try the same thing with something more stable and give it a little more height here. That could be perfect. Might go in. Oh yeah, that's it. We're gonna get really crazy. We're gonna try to punch it right up that gap. Might be the most narrow gap ever. And I did it. It's gonna be parked. Oh my goodness. All right, so as you can tell, came up a little bit short. Got about 20 to probably about 20, 25, somewhere in that range. Good look here. Oh, it hung on. I'll take it. Second bird of the day. As you can tell, this one, that was the luckiest one, but really like that gap though. It's really cool. All right, we're on to hole 5. Very similar to the previous hole 5. It's a little more to the left now, so you want to have something that hyzers a little bit more over to the left as opposed to the straight shot. Not sure if you can see the white basket peeking through the trees, but that's where we're going. All right, I'm gonna see if I can just hyzer this through with my glow hex here. I think if I can just get it through the gap and let the disc do the work, it'll fade me right over to that basket. That is tight. Oh, not ideal. This is a new disc to my bag. I think it's too much disc for this hole, but this is a West Side Bear. And again, I think it's too much disc, but I really want to see how it flies just on a little bit lighter throw, see if it has that good fade to it. Ooh, pretty straight, but has a good, oh yeah. Well, I just parked that basket, so got a long distance here. Very much outside the circle. Just gonna try to give this maybe a little half run and hopefully just sit there close to the basket. Ooh, off the pole. All right, hole 6 has a very cool feature. Very similar to the last pin placement that it had, but it looks like they put this one up on a stump where one of the trees had fallen, and I love when they do stuff like this. So I'm just gonna play it like how I would one of the previous, I'm sorry, when they had it in the previous location, and just try to scoot one down there. All right, let's go with the tomb. Let's go with the C blend one here. This one's been flying nice and stable for me. See if I can just coast it down there and let it do the work. If it fades, it should be great. Oh yeah, sit. Oh yeah, that should be great. We're gonna try out this tempo once again. This one might require a little more flex, a little flat release, and then see what it does. Got the turn. Oh, it's staying a little straighter, but that is great. Oh yeah, really like that. All right, got pretty close. That other putter is one that I was putting from another shot, but got my first one down here, about 15 feet. Yes, sir. That's a good one. Look at how pretty this is, y'all. They did such a good job of that. So shout out to all the people who have been out here working on this. Man, they've done such a good job with it. Looks really good. So thank you guys. All right, y'all, we are moving on to hole 7, which this one looks like it's in the same placement. It looks like they replaced the basket, which I would assume was destroyed. Big hyzer shot, just want to funnel it down to the hill. All righty, I think I'm gonna go with my glow gator to start. Just something that I know is gonna fade hard down there without pushing too far straight. Just try to get it up there on that hyzer and let it do the work. No idea, should be pretty good though. Let's go with the Firebird. That should be great. Yep, should be good. All right, the gator finished a little more to the left than I would have liked, but still got about 25 to 30 here. Firebird's up there parked by the basket. Got it. Yes, sir. Putt is finally feeling good. It took a while to get back to that comfortable release, but it is finally coming around, which I am grateful for. All right, I'm gonna take you on a walk with me as we try to find the next basket. Have no idea where this one is, but y'all, just look at this. And this is in March. The hurricane happened back in September, and you think about how much work has been done out here. All right, I think I see the basket up there. This has got to be a par 4 if I had to guess, because I don't see any other way you could get to the basket. I could be wrong. It could be a par 3. So if you designed this course and if you've made these holes, please forgive me. Basket goes all the way up there. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. I'm holding it up really high, but it goes way up there. That's all we can say. All right, I'm going to play this as a par 4, but seriously, if it's wrong, for those of you that have been a part in designing this, please let me know. I just don't see a way that it's possible to really get to the basket. But you know what? I'm going to go with a Innova Corvette. New disc to my bag that I'm trying out. I don't know if you can. This thing is crazy domey. Have not thrown it yet, but it feels like it's going to be a kind of a pushing hyzer disc. Let's see what this does. Oh yeah. Nice. Felt good. Now let's go with what I might throw if I didn't have that, which would be probably my Boss. That one popped up just a touch. Oh, got hit by a late tree though. All right, let's go check these out. All right, we're gonna try to go zone forehand, try to go low here. That should be great. Yeah, that'll work. That one really, to me, is all about the drive. If you land your drive in an ideal location, should be a pretty routine birdie shot there. All right, we are on to hole 9, which this one looks like it's in the exact same place maybe. Can't tell if it's a little higher on the hill. I don't think it is. I think it's where it used to be. Feels more cleared out, but I can still see a lot of twig branches. So really the same shot that it was. If it misses the twigs, it should be great. Uh-oh. It hit something. I can't tell what it did. I'm going to try out this new Criminal. Ooh, now it's stable. Didn't turn that one quite as much. All right, I got to set my camera up across the creek here because really can't put it in the creek. Hit a tree, rolled down a little bit. Still should have a pretty routine pitch up here. Oh, keep turning. Pretty routine up and down. All right, we're on to hole 10, which is previously one of the hardest holes on the course. They did move the basket down straight ahead. It used to be more up on that hill. I think this is actually going to play easier. Still have the flex forehand line, hyzer flip backhand line, or you can punch it straight up the middle. Less intimidating because the basket's not on that hill. So we'll see. I'm going to stick to the line I know, which is the flex forehand line. That's what I threw before. See if I can just get enough turn on it, and hopefully it crashes into that hill and the hill pushes it down to the left. That should be great. Go in. Oh my gosh, skip in. Ooh. Yeah, that worked out pretty ideally. We're gonna go origin, and we're gonna hyzer flip this right up that gap. Turn. Oh, so close. That is about as good a throw as I could ask for. About 15, 20 feet here. Got a little pinned up against this tree, but nothing too bad. This is a great one to get. Yes, sir. Really good one to get. Very happy with that. All right, y'all, we've got a new hole here, which is really cool. It's downhill, probably plays 250-ish probably, but downhill. Again, never played. This is a new hole. I do have you set up on the tee pad because there's not really a place to set the camera that's flat. But should be a pretty nice little forehand or a soft, gentle turnover and just let it coast down the hill. Should have some fun with this one. All right, gonna go with my bread and butter, which is my somewhat flippy tomb. If I throw this right, it should coast right down there towards it. Just like that. Go in the basket. Oh, right over it. That could be great. Go in. Ooh, right under it. All right, y'all, very nice feature that I couldn't tell from the tee is that this is a hanging basket. Very cool hole. Really nice design here. I'm glad they made use of that creek as well. Dang, happy to get that one first time playing it. That is such a cool hole. Really like the hanging basket. Nice job, y'all. All right, this one's got Ace Run written all over it. Hole 12, can't tell how far. I'm guessing like 220 up the hill. Should be a nice little Ace Run. Let's see what we can do with this one. All right, let's go with the straight flying tomb. Maybe throw this flat, let it coast over there to the right a little bit. Or just throw it straight to the right. Should be a birdie putt though. Oh, thought I got two in a row there. Man, aced it with the origin. I've got my tomb right here after a pretty lucky sneak through there. Wish I could count that ace though. But I'll take a birdie. Very cool hole, one of my favorites now. All right, we are on to hole, let's see, 11, 12, I think 13. Different tee pad, really nice layout here. The basket is pushed farther down. I'd say it plays a little over 300 feet downhill. It looks like you can go sidearm or you can go kind of a flip up and just have something that rides straight. All right, I'm gonna go with the ace disc here. I'm gonna go with the origin. I think I want it to finish more to the right, but I'm gonna try to put a good amount of hyzer on this so it'll flip up and turn and then hopefully get some late fade back. Too high, way too high. Hit something. No. All right, we're gonna give the criminal another try here. That should be great. Short. All right, so I got this a little bit too high, which is not a good shot, but I think if I throw this actually good, it plays perfectly. My criminal is actually up there about 25 feet from the basket. So really cool hole design, really like this one. I've got about, I don't know, 60 feet left here. Not a great drive, but still got a putt. Could be, drop in. Oh, nah. All right, on to hole 14 here. Very short hole. The old placement used to be right down by the creek. This one, as you can tell, straight ahead. Got some guardian trees, but another kind of ace run hole here. So I think the goal is just to try to sneak something through though. All right, I've been throwing this tomb very well today. So I'm gonna try this one again, just try to get it nice and flat. Have it cruise right to the basket. Or just go in the basket. Oh my gosh. That's more like it if it gets off of that, and it does not. I like the backhand here. Off the top of the basket. So close to having two aces today. That would have been my first one though. First shot anyway. Again, we'll take a bird though. Love that. Okay, y'all, I can't even keep up with what hole I'm on, but I don't see a basket. This used to be a short little kind of hyzer next to the creek. What I think they're doing is this plays as a par 4 to the next hole's basket. So I think if I'm thinking about this right, you want to land something where the old tee pad was, and then have a nice setup for your second shot. I'm assuming that's what happened. We'll change it up if we need to. All right, I'm gonna go forehand. I'm gonna go with my Wraith and try to smooth one rather than power it, and just have it coast through there and then get some fade kind of later in the flight. Just like that. That should be great. Yeah, I don't really know how else we'd throw it better. A little low and a little too turned over. Yep, like the forehand there. Okay, so I was wrong. The basket is actually right here. Again, no idea if this is a par 4 or par 3. From looking at it, it's definitely a tweener. I think you can go hard par 3 here. I don't know. Somebody correct me in the comments. Let me know if this is played as a par 3 in the tournament last weekend. If it's a par 4, it should be a very gettable par 4 for sure. I'm going to go just Troja here. Try to just hyzer something over there. Should be good. Yes, sir. All right, I'll probably look on U-Disc later, but I'm going to count this as a par just because I don't know, and I feel like it probably plays more as a par 3, as a tough par 3, because I think if you threw a distance driver on a turnover or even a fairway, you could probably get it here and get a putt. All right, I figured this would be helpful for those of you who have played here before. Hole 15 comes out on this side, and you want to walk directly across the parking lot to get to the next hole. I'll let you know if there's any other changes. You used to go down this way. Now you're going this way. All right, guys, I feel like this is helpful for you to know. This is the old, we're playing the old hole 17 for hole 16 here. If that parking lot we were just in, instead of going through the woods, which is where you'd go from the previous layout, just go through the parking lot and cut over here all the way. Once you're in the parking lot, it'll be to your right. Just walk all the way up here. Hole 16 is 370 feet downhill. It looks like the same hole as what hole 17 was. Nice forehand shot. I'm glad this one was able to stay, but as you can tell, so much devastation to these trees over here. It's kind of hard to see, but basket's over to the right. All right, right now my forehand is something I'm still really working on. I don't know, I'm trying to overpower it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the Wraith, which is still overstable, but I feel like it's a little glidier. And I'm just gonna try to smooth this one down there, maybe get a slight turn. Hopefully the stability will kick in towards the end. There's the turn. That should be perfect. Go. Oh yeah. Might be a little short, but that's okay. All right, here's the deal. If I ace this with a origin, then I get to count it. Sounds like a deal. Could be, could be. Oh, clipped a branch. Didn't really have a chance. All right, as you can tell, came up a bit short here, a little shorter than I would have liked. I'm not gonna stick my foot all the way down in there. It's really deep. So I'm gonna give myself casual relief here, but don't know if I wanna go, yeah, I'm gonna go Anheuser. A little shorter than I thought I was, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to put a little turn on this, give it a nice run. Oh, nope, not in the cards today. That's all right though. Okay, y'all, we are on to what is now hole 17, the former hole 18 here. You want to have something that goes straight here. Maybe a little bit of hyzer in. I'm going to go with a glow hex, try to get it out a little bit right and have it fade right before it gets to the trees. Just like that. A little high, but that should work just fine. Yeah, that'll work. A little short, that's all right. All right, we are going to throw this bear once again. Dude, that thing is straight. Good disc, man. All right, as I mentioned, came up a little bit short, about 25 feet here, maybe a little bit farther. Good catch by the basket there. That was a little bit left, but thankful for a good catch, especially on a Prodigy basket. All right, on to hole 18, 185 feet. Just a nice little hyzer shot here. See if we can ring one up. Ooh, right in front of it. Let's go with the tempo. Oh, if it pushes, that could be, oh, right in front of it. Well, guys, that is gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna finish off here, hopefully with a birdie. Got the tomb, snuck through. Tempo also did. Got the tomb through here. Definitely snuck through a tiny gap, but I will take it. But guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Big shout out to all the volunteers, to the parks department here. This course looks incredible, especially after being hit by a hurricane. You can tell all the trees that are down. A lot of work has gone into this with new tee pads, new pin placements, and of course the tree cleanup The course looks incredible. I would even say that I like it better this way than I did before. So I think that's saying something, especially when you think about how many trees that are down. So thank you to all the volunteers in the Augusta area. Thank you to the Parks Department. Guys, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Have some more videos coming out here in the near future. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.